Thank you for coming by, Holly. I see that you got your yoga attire. What essentially got you into the world of yoga?
I got invited to yoga when I was in my early 20s by a friend of mine when I was currently working at a show, a fashion show, and she invited us to come and just release the stress from the day. It had been a pretty stressful week. And so I went, and whenever I was done with that class, at the end of that class, so my friends and I walked outside. It was in downtown Dallas, and we walked outside. The sun was setting in the city, and the way that I felt inside my body, I had never really experienced that before naturally, just this natural high of, I just felt really amazing. And so from there, I plugged in and started practicing pretty regular.
What do you feel here in East Texas? What do you feel that the yoga scene is like?
Honestly, the yoga scene here is very, I feel like we have a lot of great instructors. There's a lot of great studios in town. Over the years of teaching, because after practicing and loving it, I knew that I was going to share it one day. And so now I do that as a yoga instructor. And I've had many of my students that travel around to a lot of different places. When they come back here, they would always share with us how great the yoga is around here, that they've, would go to other places and they would enjoy it and it was great yoga. But right here in Tyler, we really do have some awesome yoga teachers, yoga students that support the studios and our outdoor events, community stuff. So I feel like where Tyler's going right now and has been going, more of a community feel, more of supporting one another. I feel like we've got a really good thing going on here.
That's good to hear. It's something that I need to, as we had discussed before, I need to practice myself.
Yes.
But initially, when you were introduced to yoga, how long were you doing it before you thought to yourself that you could make a living or make money off of instructing?
It's always something, like I said, from the moment I experienced it, I wanted to share it with others, whether that was inviting them to come with me. But once I became, actually I wasn't even a mom yet whenever I started teaching. I was pregnant whenever I started teaching. There was a moment in my life where I was a radiology, at the office manager in radiology, and I was in a setting where I did not want to be any longer in a cubicle or an office type setting, that I really wanted to venture out and be courageous and go and do something that I loved. You always hear people saying, hey, go and follow your passion, share something that you're passionate about, find your gift and share it with the world. And so probably, I forget what year it was, but I think I was about 25, 26, and I decided to do an online, certification, an online certification so that I could possibly do this. And what led me to do that was when I was working out at 360 Fitness here in Tyler, the owner, she asked me if I had ever thought about sharing yoga and teaching yoga. And so when she asked me that, it really inspired me to do it and to follow that dream. So I did, and I ended up leaving my full-time job and pursuing teaching yoga full time. And I went to the yoga spot. It was in Times Square, and that was probably about, I think, 2013 whenever I did that, and immediately took on as many classes as I could. I ended up getting another certification and started helping her out as the studio manager. So then I saw that there was a way to make a living and do what I love.
So if anybody that's watching this, and right now we are in a very stressful situation as a country because of the virus and politics and just a lot of things going on. Why should somebody start practicing yoga, and what are some of the health benefits to it?
Practicing yoga, especially at a time when our world is so uncertain, the one thing that yoga, or not the one thing, there's many things that yoga brings and you get benefits from, but one of the main reasons to begin practicing yoga is that it is a huge stress relieving tool. And you learn all about breathing, And whenever you start learning different ways of breathing, it brings you into the present moment. And so whenever you can set aside your day, set aside whatever was going on before you unrolled your mat, and not think about what's coming up after you or off of your mat, and you really get into the present moment of breathing and moving your body, there is something that aligns within you from deep down that you feel okay. You know that it's going to be okay, that all the things that we worry about, really, we don't need to worry about. We end up getting so much in our head, in the space between our ears, that it makes our world seem overwhelming, and then we become anxious. So when we take the time to slow down and to feel from the ground up, feel our feet, like spread your toes out, feel your entire body, when we normally aren't thinking about that during the day, and someone is guiding you to breathe into your belly or your chest, or maybe into spots in your body that you're feeling tightness and tension. There's something really magical about that. It's healing and it's medicine. So to reduce stress, to feel maybe, all this time that we're spending, a lot of people are quarantined or are staying in and not really doing much at all. So whenever we can take time, whether it's in your house or going to a studio, but that sense of community that you find in a studio, but then also that sense of self-care and self-love, there's just really something to it. It helps combat depression, and you sleep better. And honestly, I am a completely better human. I'm a better mom whenever I'm practicing it. My boys will actually call me out if I am I'm getting a little pissy or anxious or short with them. They will remind me that I need to probably maybe get on my mat. Hey guys, quick reminder to go over and follow my friend Carlos at Oro Nation, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Yoga Holiday. Thanks.